On January 1st, every student in the Baldwin County school system will either have a laptop or an iPad, and we're talking from kindergarten right through senior year.
Baldwin County will soon be one of just a handful of systems across the country that has gone completely digital. But is it a good thing for students? And do the benefits outweigh the costs? Matt Barentine is taking a closer look in a Fox 10 News special report.
It costs millions of dollars for a school system to make the complete digital conversion. As budgets remain tight, many systems are wondering if it's worth it. Now they're looking to the Baldwin County school system to find out. Superintendent Dr. Alan Lee first saw a fully digital system in the spring of 2011 during a visit to Mooresville, North Carolina.
I actually went there with a bit of a skeptical bone in my body, because I wasn't sure that anything could do what it was purported to have done, and I wanted to be sure I wasn't just looking at toys in the classroom.
What Dr. Lee found put Baldwin County on the fast track to its own digital revolution.
When I got there, what I found was engagement of students in a way that I had never seen universally in any school.
With the help of the school board, laptops were introduced in the fall of 2011 at Baldwin County High.
We saw a plummet of misbehavior in the school. We saw accelerated success on achievement exams. We saw better attendance.
Baldwin County High recorded 19 dropouts that year. The year before, there had been 46. The numbers were encouraging enough to roll out laptops to every high school student.
Yeah,
the Democratic movement
for example,
further than 38.
You changed your mind,
yeah.
Right?
These students at Daphne High are members of the Mock-UN, a program that develops critical thinking. These high-achieving students say the laptops have changed how they learn.
When you have it all consolidated like this, it's a lot easier to manage.
These students say their laptops help them in every class.
If we didn't finish something in class, they could just post it. We print it out, finish it at home, bring it, and we're ready for class the next day.
Now we're not relying on the teachers so much to give us the right information, but we can take our own initiative and go out there and find what we need.
Of course, there are drawbacks to putting a digital device in every student's hands. First, the cost. Baldwin County spends $1.69 per day per student in a system that has more than 30,000 students. Dr. Lee points out cost savings in other areas still keeps their cost per student one of the lowest in the state. Plus, they've created other savings.
We're not buying textbooks right now. We're not buying as much paper. We're not using copiers as much as we were.
A big worry for moms and dads are the sites students could access on their laptops. Dr. Lee says that's why they educate parents.
They need to look at their child's computer every day. They need to look at the history. And if the history is gone, then they need to take the computer away.
Other issues like theft and loss have been very minor so far, while maintenance is handled in school by students earning class credits. But a more simple issue may be the most serious challenge: distraction.
You're going to pay attention either to your laptop or to what the teacher is saying or demonstrating at the front of the class. You're not going to be able to do both.
Psychology professor Dr. Carrie Fried wrote a study a few years ago about laptops in the classroom. What she found wasn't encouraging.
Higher laptop use was associated with lower grades on the exams.
The caveat is in Dr. Fried's study, the students' coursework wasn't on the devices, and in turn were often distracted by them.
The results are probably very different if you've got a setup where the instructor, the teacher, is walking through things on the laptop that students can follow along.
Tim Akins, who teaches chemistry and physics at Gulf Shores High, is well aware of the pitfalls of distraction, but he says the technology helps to erase excuses.
If you don't understand what I did to start with, you can go back in and watch my video 800 times if you want to. You can pause it, you can go back.
While Akins is proficient with the technology, other teachers need schooling themselves, but the kids adapt quickly. These fourth graders at Gulf Shores Elementary are using language software. They could sign up for dozens of languages. And if you think that is impressive, the 6-year-olds in Jolene Denard's class are already tackling a foreign tongue. Recently, more than 100 other school specialists and district leaders took a tour of Baldwin County schools. Monroe County Superintendent Dr. Kathy Murphy was on that tour. Her system has recently purchased more than 200 iPads that they'll introduce soon.
We're just starting the process, and we want to learn as much as we can. We know that Baldwin County has done this well, and they've done it right, and we want to learn from them and try to avoid some of the pitfalls that we might not see coming.
And more could be coming. Legislation has been pre-filed for more than $100 million worth of digital devices statewide. Tracy Roberts, who represents most of Southwest Alabama on the state school board, will be working to expand the digital renaissance.
What the state board is committed to doing is continuing to move ahead in education in Alabama, and anything the legislature can do to help us in that endeavor is worthwhile.
In time, it's conceivable that what Baldwin County is doing won't be on the cutting edge. It will be the new normal of the 21st century classroom. One last thing to note is that everyone I spoke to agreed that laptops do not completely take the place of traditional teaching. There are times we need to shut them off and listen. In Baldwin County, Matt Barentine, Fox 10 News.